In this specimen, I will show you the structures emerging from the parotid gland. So this is a right parotid gland with its duct. So this is a parotid duct. This is apex, this is base, this is superficial surface, this is the anterior border, and this is a posterior border. Now structures emerging through apex are cervical branch of facial nerve. The anterior division of retromandibular vein is cut. This is a posterior division of retromandibular vein which joins with posterior auricular vein to form external jugular vein. So external jugular vein emerges through the apex along with anterior division. Then from base, structures emerging are, this is temporal branch of facial nerve. These are superficial temporal vessels. Behind that there will be auriculotemporal nerve which is cut in this specimen. Through anterior border, structures emerging are, this is zygomatic nerve which is a branch of facial nerve. Then this is upper buccal branch of facial nerve. Here you can see the accessory parotid gland and its duct is draining into the main duct. Then you can see the parotid duct. This is transverse facial artery. This is lower buccal branch of facial nerve, and this is a marginal mandibular branch of the facial nerve. The structures emerging or passing deep to the posterior border of parotid gland are posterior auricular branch of facial nerve and posterior auricular vessel. So these structures pass upwards and backwards deep to the posterior border. Now coming to the parotid duct. So this is a parotid duct. Okay, it runs over the masseter muscle and it finally opens into the vestibule of mouth opposite crown of upper second molar tooth. Now coming to the nerve supply. The parotid gland has secretomotor supply which is derived from parasympathetic and sympathetic nerves. The parasympathetic supply is preganglionic fibers begin in inferior salivatory nucleus which is situated in the medulla. From there the fibers pass via tympanic branch of glossopharyngeal nerve, tympanic plexus, lesser petrosal nerve and relay in otic ganglion. The postganglionic fibers from otic ganglion supply the parotid gland via auriculotemporal nerve. Then sympathetic supply. Sympathetic supply is secretomotor as well as vasomotor. It is derived from plexus around the external carotid artery. Now sensory supply. The glandular tissue is supplied by auriculotemporal nerve. But remember that the parotid sheath, it is supplied by branches of great auricular nerve. So I'll tell you the interesting complication which is related to the parotid gland, that is called as Frei's syndrome. So what is Frei's syndrome? While eating, there is perspiration, beads of perspiration appear on the skin of angle of mandible and over the parotid region. So what is the cause of this? We know that parotid sheath is supplied by great auricular nerve and it also supplies skin of the angle of the mandible. Then auriculotemporal nerve, it is secretomotor to the parotid gland. So in penetrating wounds of parotid gland, the auriculotemporal and great auricular nerves are damaged. And during the process of healing, the secretomotor fibers of auriculotemporal nerve grow out and join the distal parts of the great auricular nerve, which supply the sweat glands present over the skin of angle of mandible. So when the patient eats, instead of salivation, the beads of perspiration occur on the angle of mandible. So this interesting complication during the healing of penetrating wound of parotid gland is called as Frei's syndrome. Thank you.